time, every night is a loose one. And every flight, you know that I put the crew on. You say that I dropped off, well then tell me what you done. Still in my winning phase, yeah, I've been away, are you entertained?
What it do? What it do? It's your girl Extra T, and I just want to say hi and welcome back to the Extra T podcast show. So I just want to tell you, you guys already know I'm always keep y'all with a video, but it's something I really want to talk about. And first off, before we even get into the video, go get you a cocktail, go get you some wine, go get you something nice to drink. You know what I'm saying? While we get into this word, into this conversation today, this girl talk, or whoever listening. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to actually get comfortable today, and I actually want us to actually talk and to get into a lot of topics. Well, I got the two topics that I want to talk about today. And I really feel like it's important. I just want you to actually get the chance to, take a look and, at things in a different perspective, in different ways of thinking and stuff like that. You don't have to agree with, this is just my opinion. And that's the fun part about having, doing podcasts. You telling about what the stuff that, you come up with, or what you experienced, or things that life have to offer and what have it have brought. Okay, yeah. So let's get into it. I just first off I want to say thank you for any support that you ever get to my channel. It's a growing progress. Like, it's coming from the bottom up. I've been working on this platform for a while, and I didn't get into the podcasts until really, I got in the podcast. I was doing the videos, but I didn't call them podcasts. I just making videos of me talking with other people, right? And I finally started calling them podcasts like the middle of last year. Okay, so like all I can do is tell you, thank you for everything. This like a healing platform where you can get all different type of content, where we be opening. You know what I'm saying? We only human over here, okay? And I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, so first I want to just say, keep your head up if you're out there going through any type of challenges, because at this moment, I know by the time this video dropped, the retrograde will be over, but it's a whole lot of triggers and a whole lot of things resurfacing. So look out for that. Just stay prayed up and keep pushing, you guys, because you do deserve that. Okay. So let's get into these topics. Okay. So for my feminine energy, all I can do is tell you, looking from a woman's point of view. Like, I'm not trying to be too hard on men, but I'm not a man, you know what I'm saying? So all I can do is tell you, how, a woman's point of view and how I look at things, okay? And y'all, I'm drinking some breadfruit wine, and it's like a plum kind. It's like 10.5 percentage. I threw the bottle away, y'all. I had just got out the top of the freezer because it was a little bit left from yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, make a video with it, or whatever, because your girl been trying to be very busy, okay? And so I wouldn't talk about let's get into it. That was intro wasn't too long, so let's get to it. First I just want to talk about I had made a remark about a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, um titles can be used as a manipulation technique. And I know, like, you don't probably have people like, what? Like, well, why you say that? Where it come from? And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. If you a type of person and you crave certain type of stuff, especially if you're hopeless romantic, or you crave real friendships, or you want friends, you're a little desperate for it, especially that you could be a little desperate for it, especially if you got any type of abandonment issue, okay? And I just want to tell you this. If a person, a wolf in sheep clothing, know, your fully potential, and they know that, they see your worth, and they see that you don't know your worth, they can get you for a discounted price and not treat you correctly. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know your worth. They're like, oh my God, I can manipulate this person to whoever I want them to be, or whatever I want them to be, do them how I want to do them, because I know they're not gonna go nowhere. Okay. And I'm not trying to trigger nobody, but let's talk about it. And that's why self love is so important. That's why I talk about self-love and knowing your worth, because it's coming from a person who didn't always, have self-love. You know what I'm saying? I love myself, but I ain't love myself enough, because even though I was guarded, I still accepted a lot of things that I had no business accepting. And life happens, life goes on, and I used to always, I was actually the victim. But when you really looking back at it, like the victim, like everybody got a sad story. What you gonna do about it? The sad story get old. That shit get old, y'all. So they're just like, if you a hopeless romantic and you constantly you got this idea of a relationship in your head, and you feel like you can have it and you can create it, and like that title mean a lot to you, especially if you always run from titles, because or you always run to titles. Me, I was the type of person, I ran from titles, because titles hold a weight in my life, as in I gotta actually fuck with you for me to call you, really, to really be honest with you, for you to be a friend, or like, I don't call no females no best friend, or people best friends. I used to learn that shit a long time ago when I was young, like that, young and naive. But since I've been in my 20s, I don't call people my best friend. Like dudes, I call them quicker my best friend before I will a female. And now I just don't really too much care for the best friend word, because they hold a lot of weight, and people don't really be holding that weight. Okay, so yeah. So with that being said, or just in general, like if you the type of person, because a lot of people out here who crave or who want love so bad, and they want friendship so bad to the point they will settle. And the more that you settle them, the more you taking the opportunity away from you to actually get what you deserve. Because if people get you for a discounted price, it's just like you going to get a pair of Gucci shoes, and they run $1,000, and you just got it for 500 on sale. You think you finna get it? You think you finna go get them motherfuckers back? That's how these people use. They're not finna get it back. They know you a whole gem out here. You a whole blessing to their life. Blessing from God or whatever. Like they not used to that type of energy that you give, or that type of love that you give, and don't let you be chosen. They not gonna want to give that back. They're gonna be fighting mad when you taking something from me. You ever took candy or something from a baby? You took a phone from a baby and you said they act a fool, or a bottle. Imagine that. Imagine that's what these people be like. And that's why it's important to know your worth, because God was in so many signs. He said one is before destruction, right? And he will pull you away from the people first. You know what I'm saying? They might run, they might, dip and dab or whatever they run into. And God, like, yo, like, this your opportunity to move away. And I feel like that's when y'all go back to them. Or we can say whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, that's the opportunity to break away from, toxic connections and unhealthy ways of thinking. Don't be out here desperate for shit. Okay? Like, love yourself. And anybody who, if you out here desperate for love and you're desperate for friendships, then you got some healing, and you need to learn self-love. You lacking self-love, baby. I'm sorry to break it to you, because when you lacking self-love, you will fall for anything. And sometimes it can go too deep and too far, to the point that it's getting so bad to nowadays, that these romantic partners be wanting to take your life just because you're moving away from them, or they want to set you up, they want to do things to hurt you, and you don't want to be like that. Especially jealous friends. And God move you away from jealous friends, which I just made a video a couple of weeks back. Whenever this video release, y'all, about friendships and the girls trip shooting like that, and I told you, like, God is revealing, like how you got these deaths, happening, or these bad things in these friendships, to show you, you know what I'm saying, that even if your heart good, people will wish evil on you or do bad by you, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of shit hit the internet to waking us up to the, like, you gotta know the signs. You gotta know when people are not for you. Okay? You gotta know it. Okay? You gotta really, 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 really know it. And I just want to take the time out to tell you that Don't like know your worth. Please know your worth. Please stop pouring love into yourself. Do little things nice for yourself. You deserve love and you can give you that. You are whole by yourself. You don't need another person to be whole. You first start off being whole by yourself. Some of y'all need to go look up the TD Jakes. I'm gonna put the video at the end of this video. And he was like, being single is a gift. Anybody who know how to be alone is strong. You know what I'm saying? It's great. It's they show that you are whole. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to learn how to be whole by yourself for you to meet another whole person. Two halves, and it might feel like it go together, but it's still gonna be some problems because when you grow, now you're not half anymore. You're not equally yoked anymore. That's why you need to learn how to be whole by yourself. And you meet another whole person because you're steady growing. You steady evolving. And what if you meet a person who don't evolve? Now you putting more, now you more percentage than they have that they produce. So they have start going down. Because if it's 100, it's 50-50. And you start evolving, you going to 80%. That means now they giving 20%. I know it's not making kind of sense for somebody, but somebody gonna make sense too. Be whole. You are whole by yourself. Learn how to be whole by yourself if you don't know how. Learn to be alone. Learn how to know how to be alone first. Then you attract the right type of people. You won't just fall for anything. You won't just accept half ass. You will know what to accept and what's for you. It won't be forced. And a lot of things that's not for you be feeling forced. It don't be feeling genuine. Okay? So another thing I learned, it take so much work to actually accept things that's very hurtful, you guys. And that's especially when you love deep. Okay. And I was just talking about that, you know what I'm saying? Like how you if you got the opportunity and the gift to see through people, like love is so powerful to the point you can see through everything but the people like that you really love. And you can see it, but you don't want to believe it. And then when it's time to accept for real, it be hurtful. And it make you want to close off. But why be closed off when you know better, you do better? Because once you know better, you start doing better. Now, if you know better and you still not doing better, then that's you repeating those lessons willingly because you don't want to change or you don't want to accept things as what they are because they hurt. They do. It hurt. Pain changes things. It changes people. And it can either change you in a good way or the bad way. But it's all up to you. You get what I'm saying? And when you start pouring love into yourself, there's gonna be a lot of people who gonna make you feel like you're very self-absorbed, you're very selfish, you're very narcissistic. But these are the type of people who didn't appreciate your energy when they had it. They took advantage of it. And when you pull back and the people can't take advantage of you, they get angry. When they can't manipulate you. Like, yeah. If a person never value you, they say you done gave a person multiple chances, a chance, a chance, a chance, and instead of cheating, and out of nowhere, you start setting boundaries and you start moving away from certain people and into individuals and exes, and they come back. Numberize not thinking that's a flex because people constantly come back. They're trying to see if you still got that soft spot for them so they can come in and manipulate again. Because the only way how people going to really value you and really take you serious is when you fully 100% take your energy away from them. Especially if you gave them multiple chances after multiple chances after multiple chances after multiple chances, and they still didn't value you. Because even if you let an ex in after so long, it gonna go back to normal. Or it'll change just a little bit. Then they back cheating, they back doing it. Baby, you can't fix people. You can't change people. People have to change on their own. You don't want to lose yourself trying to be out here Captain Save-All for these people that you love or the people that you see potential in. It's time for you to be a little logical. Move at your heart and be logical too. Move your heart and be a little logical too for you can know what's for you and what's not for you. Every opportunity ain't gonna be for you. It's not. But you're gonna have to know that. You're gonna have to feel that. You're gonna have to understand that, life ain't fair. But once you push away from that, when you push over that, life isn't fair part, I think I made a video about this. That's when life really changed for you. That's when things start changing for you. Because people can keep you tangled because your heart is pure. Your heart is golden. When you have a good heart, they can be having you tangled to them spiritually. And a lot of you're like, how I'm tangled. You know the heaviness you feel, but you can't. You don't know why you feel so heavy. It's because the connection that you have with somebody who draining you, and people who you overly pour into their cup and they don't pour into yours. It's that time to know your worth. It's time for you to actually know your worth and to take back control of your life. You know what I'm saying? And don't be out here desperate for anything. Yo, pain hurts so bad to the point when I tell you it can either make you or break you. But you got to use that pain to fear your purpose. If you're not using to fear your purpose, you're gonna always be out here with a sad story, and you're gonna always let that history continue repeating itself. Because if they're gonna keep on repeating it, because you're not learning the lesson, you're not accepting, and acceptance is the first step. Before anything, it's the first step. And that's when you take accountability of your life, like, hey, you know, I'm not who what was done to me, and I know I can't change though I can't control it, but it's my duty to heal from it, and my duty to actually accept and move on. Because shit out here can actually hurt you for real, for real. But pain don't last forever, and you got to numberize. Like the healing don't mean the damage never happened. It means the damage no longer have control over you. A lot of y'all learning. It's time for us to know how to take control back of your life, getting your heart back, and letting God help you heal your heart from people who you thought who had pieces of your heart and they took advantage of it. You are worthy of whatever you ask for, but you got to know to not settle. And you gotta numberize letting people miss out on you. Quit telling people, oh, you gonna miss me when I'm gone. Actually leave. Dipset, you ain't gotta tell me every move. You don't let the right hand know what the left hand doing. You let people lose their own game. Okay. But I ain't really want this video to be, so long. I just want to tell you that, like if you out here falling for anything or you out here desperate for some stuff or you hope it's romantic, but you don't know your worth, you gonna always get discounted. And I know you don't. I know you're getting tired of the funky feet energies. The men who want women to take care of them or who don't want to do right by you. They want to run the streets out here, probably knocking off your pH balance. They out here, giving out, raw dig line and dig just out here just leaking. And then you the one gotta go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? And here, you walk around, feeling nasty and shit like that due to you dealing with a nasty nigga. Numerize and stop telling people they're gonna miss out on you. And start showing them and allowing them to actually miss out on you. That's your gift. That's a gift to yourself. And you're gonna thank yourself, okay? Love hurt. But love is also beautiful. But you gotta go through the hurtful part to get to the beautiful part. And you don't gotta believe me on it. But somebody out there gonna help somebody one day. Okay. And my lesson for the week is, because it's the order I got my podcast going in now, is acceptance. Life isn't fair, but it gotta happen. And I learned that, the enemy can get in your head to make you self-sabotage or make you trick you into believing all them thoughts in your head to keep you stuck or limited, keep you in certain situations where you be like, oh, well, I ain't gonna never find nobody, y'all. I sat there and watched me with a video with a certain particular person, or videos and pictures with people that, are more than that value me. And I was just like, damn, I thought that was it. But it wasn't. You get what I'm saying? And I'm learning to, that you ain't gonna get it right the first time. You ain't gonna get it right probably the second time. But long as you keep trying, you keep on getting back up every time you knock down, you ain't got no choice but to win. I'm curious to know how it feel to, actually feel value, actually feel loved for real, or actually I wanna know what would happen if I actually, keep going. What would happen? They said curiosity killed the cat. But you got to know how to be curious, but also know that every opportunity ain't worth the risk. Okay? So I just want to tell y'all that stay prayed up, if you watch the whole video, comment a star, put your star, let me know that you watching the vid if you actually a supporter. And if you don't want to be seen, you ain't gotta what I'm saying, people gonna watch anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it don't show you, it don't take shit to support somebody. If you watch the video, put a star or a thumbs up, comment an emoji. One emoji. Okay, and I appreciate you guys. Okay. But I got great things about this with this podcast, and I will be bringing different guests. I'm gonna switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I be want people, that actually, have something to say for real, for real. And I ain't desperate for, for visitors or co-hosts or for the day, you know what I'm saying, or people that's on the podcast, you know what I'm saying, like, guests and shit like that. I pick and choose who I want, to do videos with. Like if you don't want to talk or you want to hide behind a mask, then I can't do nothing with you, baby. I want people who live in their truth, who know that I'm human. And it's crazy that this world try to, judge you for only being human, and they all battling damn near with the similar shit behind closed doors, though. Okay, so I love you guys. You know what I'm saying, and I really appreciate anybody who ever, show some support, you guys. And I just want to say I'm thankful for it. Okay, so happy New Year. I know it been New Year's, but it's a new year. It's time to set new goals, get your vision boards together, and actually, take some new trips, plan some new trips, enjoy your motherfucking life to the fullest. You know how much money you got, but you don't know how much time you got. You can always replace money, but you can never replace time. And I just want somebody to know that, okay? So, deuces, you guys. And I'm looking forward to, dropping y'all more and more videos, okay? So, toodles.
Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.